Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya and our preeminent Shiksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, so we welcome all of you to our weekly classes. We have with us here Auntie Neeta, Khushbu, Varsha, Karuna, Shivani, Ritu Lalwani, Haridas, who's joining us for the first time. So welcome. Then we have my parents, Tejal, Aja, Ayush, Swapna, Durga Prasad, and Manju. Okay. So what we will do today is, we will read a chapter from the Srimad Bhagavatam. This chapter is from the 4th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 19. It is titled King Prithu's 100 Horse Sacrifices. So this was a very, very peculiar competition between the king of heaven versus the king of earth. Who is the king of heaven?
Indra.
Lord Indra, right? And Prthu Maharaj is the king of earth in this history we will see. It's actually after his name, King Prthu, that our planet was called Prithvi. No, it's after his name because he ruled over the entire planet And during his reign, the earth was producing surplus food grains, the cows were giving a lot of milk, and everything was very auspicious on the entire planet. He had complete dominance over the entire planet, and he was a very nice saintly king, Raja Rishi. Raja Rishi means saintly king, and therefore everything was very prosperous and very peaceful under his reign. And therefore, under his because of his name only, our earth was called Prithvi, as we said. So here there was a very peculiar competition between the king of heaven and king of earth in this story. So first we'll begin with a question. Which do you think is greater, 99 or 100?
99.
99 is greater. Why do you say so?
Because it's the highest number from beginning. But the 100, just we have to add one.
Okay. Anybody else wants to give their...
Materially 100, spiritually 99.
Materially 100. Yeah, material calculation is 100 is greater than 99. In the exam, if we say 99 is greater than 100, they will not give us the mark, isn't it? But spiritual calculation, how come spiritual calculation 99 is greater than 100? In what aspect? We will see that in today's story. We'll see that in today's history, rather. So this history is being narrated by Maitreya Muni to his disciple Vidura. Now Vidura from the Mahabharata, he had left the palace. He had left the palace. Actually, after Krishna went to Hastinapur as a peace messenger, and then Krishna was insulted by Duryodhan and his party. They did not accept Krishna's peace mission, peace proposal. Krishna also went on to say that just give me 5 villages, because the Pandavas are Kshatriyas, and Kshatriyas means they need a kingdom to rule. If a Kshatriya doesn't have the kingdom, what will a Kshatriya do? So Krishna said, just give 5 villages. Out of this vast, huge kingdom that they had, Krishna said, just give 5 villages and the Pandavas will accept it. But what did Duryodhan say? Duryodhan said that I will not even accept that much land that can be measured with the tip of a needle. So after Krishna was insulted by Duryodhan, and then of course Duryodhan wanted to capture Krishna, and all those things happened over there. Then Vidura was insulted even by Duryodhan, and then Vidura left the place. So then Vidura traveled to many holy places, and during his travels he comes across Maitreya Muni. And when Maitreya Muni and Vidura had this great conversation, great transcendental conversation, and this particular incident was narrated by Maitreya Muni to Vidura. So let's read this from the purport by Srila Prabhupada. The incident referred to here is that Vidura left the protection of his elder brother Dhritarashtra when traveling everywhere to sacred places and met Maitreya at Haridwar. Shaunaka Rishi here inquires about the topics of the conversation between Maitreya Rishi and Vidura. So Shaunaka Rishi is a part of the great number of sages who had gathered at a place, and they were inquiring about the conversation. Okay, let's go back. See, the Srimad Bhagavatam is a conversation between which two personalities? Here is a conversation between Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit. So when this conversation between Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit took place, there were other great personalities present in the audience. And one of the great personalities present in the audience was Sutta Goswami. And then Sutta Goswami, do I have that photo here? No, I don't have it here. Okay, anyway. So then Sutta Goswami he came across sages who were performing fire sacrifices for the benefit of people of Kali Yuga. So then these sages, they inquired from Sutta Goswami, what is it that was spoken between Maharaj Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami, So that time, these sages who had gathered there and they were inquiring from Sutta Goswami, their leader was Saunaka Rishi. So here, Saunaka Rishi is inquiring, So Saunaka Rishi is inquiring about the topics of conversation between Maitreya Rishi and Vidura. So then Prabhupada goes on to write here. Vidura's qualification was that he was not only a friend of the Lord but also a great devotee. When Krishna tried to stop the war and mitigate the misunderstanding between the cousin brothers, they refused to accept his counsel. Therefore, Shata or Vidura was unsatisfied with them and he left the palace. As a devotee, Vidura showed by example that anywhere that Krishna is not honored is a place unfit for human habitation. A devotee may be tolerant regarding his own interests, but he should not be tolerant when there is misbehavior toward the Lord or the Lord's devotee. Here, the word Agavan is very significant, for it indicates that the Kauravas, Dhritarashtra's sons, lost the war because of being sinful in disobeying the instructions of Krishna. So, it is a sin to disobey the instructions of Krishna. And this is another very important lesson here. When should we tolerate? No, because we learn Vaishnava etiquette is one should be tolerant. But when should one not tolerate is when the Lord or the devotees of the Lord are insulted, then one should not be tolerant. This is the lesson that this is Vaishnava etiquette, and this is what we learn from our shastras. Okay. So here you can see this is King Vena. This person dead here is King Vena. And King Vena was the father of Prthu Maharaj. Now, King Vena, he was a very evil king. He was a very, very sinful king. He stopped all kinds of religious activities in the kingdom. And he wanted everybody to worship him as God. And under his reign, the earth stopped producing food grains. His activities were so sinful that Mother Earth refused to produce any more food grains. So there was famine and there was distress, and all the people in his kingdom were very, very unhappy. And so what the sages did, the sages in the kingdom, they cursed King Vena and they killed him by their words. No. But then after King Vena died, there was nobody to rule the kingdom. And so there was a lot of robbery. There is a lot of crime in the kingdom because there is no king, there is no leader. And what they did is they churned his arm. And by the churning, they were able to produce this personality, King Prthu. So sages in the previous ages were very, very powerful. It may appear impossible to us now in Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga we don't have such powerful sages anymore who can just kill by cursing you. No, we don't have such powerful sages. But in the previous ages they were very, very powerful because of their spiritual strength, and they were able to perform activities that seem impossible to us here in the Kali Yuga. But the Bhagavatam explains how from the arm of the dead body of King Vena, they were able to churn and produce King Prthu. And of course, as we discussed, King Prthu was a very, very righteous king under whose rule everyone was very prosperous and the earth was producing food, grains, etc. So you can see here, he is here with his wife and he was reigning the entire planet, and even the demigods and residents from other planetary systems would praise him and would descend and bless him. And when King Prithu was crowned the king, then he received all kinds of fabulous gifts from the different devatas, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, and all these other residents of the other planetary systems. They descended during his coronation as the king, and they presented him with very, very nice gifts, including Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma. Also, they had come when he was crowned the king during that ceremony. So he was a very, very nice king, and he was blessed also by the great exalted personalities. So what we will do now is we will read directly from the Vedas. So if you go to your Vedas, you go to your Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto. See here, you have the story of King Vena, which you can read at home, then his coronation and how he was praised by different exalted personalities. But today, so all these chapters are dedicated to King Prithu. What we will read today is chapter 19, King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifices. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, King Prthu initiated the performance of 100 horse sacrifices at the spot where the river Saraswati flows towards the east. This piece of land is known as Brahmavarta and it was controlled by Swayambhuva Manu. So this was somewhere in North India. King Prthu has started 100 horse sacrifices, Ashwamedha Yagya. Now King Indra has already performed 100 horse sacrifices. Okay. And here now King Prthu wants to do the same. When the most powerful Indra, the king of heaven, saw this, he considered the fact that King Prthu was going to exceed him in fruitive activities. Thus, Indra could not tolerate the great sacrificial ceremonies performed by King Prthu. So, King Indra is now envious that King Prthu is going to perform these 100 horse sacrifices and he's afraid that he will exceed him. No, he will do better than him. So, this is always a material calculation. Anyone who's in the material mindset, no material state of being, then he cannot tolerate somebody else's success. One person, one gets jealous if one is on the material platform. So you can see here how King Indra also is envious of the 100 horse sacrifices that King Prthu is going to perform. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is present in everyone's heart as a super soul, and he is the proprietor of all planets and the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. He was personally present at the sacrifices made by King Prthu. So, see, Lord Vishnu is personally present in those yagyas that King Prthu is making. So, he is actually even blessed and he is empowered. See, King Prthu actually is the empowered incarnation of the Lord. He was empowered. When a living entity, when Jiva Tattva are blessed or empowered by the Lord to perform extraordinary activities, then they are called as empowered incarnation or Shaktavesha avatar. Just like how Vyasadev was empowered to put all the Vedic literatures into writing. It's actually an impossible task. Who can do that? No. So Vyasadev is an empowered incarnation of the Lord and he was empowered to write. Lord Brahma is empowered to create. No, Srila Prabhupada was empowered to spread the chanting of the holy name in every town and village. Also another impossible feat. Who can do that? No, unless one is empowered. So like that, King Prthu also was empowered. When Lord Vishnu appeared in the sacrificial arena, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all the chief predominating personalities of every planet, as well as their followers, came with him. When he appeared on the scene, the residents of Gandharva Loka, the great sages, and the residents of Apsara Loka all praised him. The Lord was accompanied by the residents of Siddha Loka and Vidyadhara Loka, all the descendants of Diti and the demons and the Yakshas. He was also accompanied by his chief associates headed by Sunanda and Nanda. Great devotees who were always engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as well as the great sages named Kapila, Narada, and Dattatreya, and the masters of mystic powers headed by Sanaka Kumara, all attended the great sacrifice with Lord Vishnu. My dear Vidura, in that great sacrifice, the entire land came to be like the milk-producing Kamadhenu, and thus, by the performance of yagya, all daily necessities for life were supplied. So Prthu Maharaj was doing this not for his own personal honor. He was doing this so that the earth can produce all the daily necessities of life. See, when yagyas are done, then the Lord is pleased. Lord Vishnu is pleased. The demigods are pleased. Devatas are pleased, and they produce, they give, they provide the living entities with the necessities of life. Like the sun gives sunshine, the moon gives moonshine. Moonshine is important for the growth of the fruits and vegetables. The juice in the fruits and the vegetables is there because of the moon. No, so like that, we have different demigods, devatas, who are giving us different necessities of life. So yagyas are done to please the devatas, and King Prthu was doing this so that there can be surplus in the kingdom and all the people can be very happy. He was not doing this for his own personal honor. Who is Kamadhenu?
A cow?
The cow, yes, cow. Also called as the Surabhi cow. She gives unlimited supply of milk No, she is also existing in the spiritual world, or she exists in the spiritual world rather. Okay, the flowing river supplied all kinds of taste, sweet, pungent, sour, etc. And very big trees supplied fruit and honey in abundance. The cows, having eaten sufficient green grass, supplied profuse quantities of milk, curd, clarified butter, and similar other necessities. King Prthu was presented with various gifts from the general populace and predominating deities of all planets. The oceans and seas were full of valuable jewels and pearls, and the hills were full of chemicals and fertilizers. 4 kinds of edibles were produced profusely. What are the 4 kinds of edibles? We have seen in our Bhagavad Gita class also. Foods that are licked, foods that are chewed, foods that are swallowed, and food that are drunk. No, so there are 4 kinds of foods. Okay. Then King Prthu was dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Adhokshaja. Because King Prthu performed so many sacrifices, he was superhumanly enhanced by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So here you can see he was superhumanly enhanced by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. This is why King Prthu is an empowered incarnation. He is a Shaktavesha avatar. King Prithu's opulence, however, could not be tolerated by the king of heaven, Indra, who tried to impede the progress of his opulence. So, King Indra is envious of the opulence of King Prithu. When Prithu Maharaj was performing the last horse sacrifices. So, how many horse sacrifices he wanted to do? He wanted to do?
100.
So, how many has he
100.
done now? How many has he
99.
finished?
99.
99 he has finished, no? So now he is performing his 100th horse sacrifice. Imagine, see, every yagya is a very, very opulent affair. It's not easy. It's not easy, no? So to do these 99 yagyas, these 99 opulent yagyas requires a lot of resources. It requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of energy. And he's just up, he's on his 100th, the last one, no? He's about to attain his goal. But then what happens? When Prithu Maharaj was performing the last horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yagya, King Indra, invisible to everyone, stole the horse intended for sacrifice. He did this because of his great envy of King Prithu. So what did King Indra do? He stole the horse only. Without horse, without the Ashwa, how will they do the Ashwamedha Yagya? No. So therefore now what he has done, he has stolen the most important object that is required to successfully complete this yagya. He has stolen the horse. When King Indra was taking away the horse, he dressed himself to appear as a liberated person. Actually, this dress was a form of cheating, for it falsely created an impression of religion. When Indra went into outer space in this way, the great sage Atri saw him and understood the whole situation. So, how was Indra dressed when he stole that horse?
He was wearing a saffron color dress.
He was wearing
Sadhu.
saffron color robes, no? So, see, he appeared to be as a liberated person. So, he is externally dressed as a person that he is not really, he actually is not, no? So, he's cheating, And this is something that we find very much in Kali Yuga. Many bogus people, they dress like devotees, they dress like sages, they dress in saffron, they dress like renunciants, but actually they are not. Their mentality is not renounced still. So what happens? They are cheating the people and the people are getting cheated. And this is the reason why many people are losing faith in spirituality. And now people think that if you go close to a spiritual person, that person will cheat you. No, unfortunately, this is very, very common now in Kali Yuga. And actually, it was King Indra who started this. He was the one who did it for the first time. So it was King Indra who started this habit. When the son of King Prithu was informed by Atri of King Indra's trick, he immediately became very angry and followed Indra to kill him, calling, "Wait, wait." So now the son of King Prithu was informed by a sage, Atri, of this trick, and therefore now he wants to kill him. So is Indra facing the son of King Prthu when he's fighting? Are they face to face? What can you say from this verse? Because son of King Prthu is calling him, wait, wait. So are they face to face?
No, he
No.
must be leaving from there.
Yes, of course, Indra is moving away. That's why the son of King Prithvi is telling him, wait, wait, isn't it? So what is Indra doing? Indra is not even facing him in the battle. See, a Kshatriya would never leave the battlefield. Kshatriya principles means you either fight the war or you die on the battlefield. Kshatriya principle is not that you can run away from the battlefield. So here, Indra, he is running away. No, he's not facing the son of King Prithu. Therefore, the son of King Prithu is saying, wait, wait. And Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that Lord Indra has fallen from his position. No, he's not even fighting. He's not even facing. He's running away actually, because and why he has fallen down is because he performed this abominable action of stealing the horse from that Ashwamedha Yagya. And because of that act of his, now he has fallen down from his position and he's actually running away from the battlefield. King Indra was fraudulently dressed as a sannyasi, having knotted his hair on his head and smeared ashes all over his body. Upon seeing such a dress, the son of King Prithu considered Indra a religious man and pious sannyasi. Therefore, he did not release his arrows. So, the son of King Prithu did not release the arrows to kill Indra. Why? Because Indra was dressed as a sannyasi. Now, did the son of King Prithu know that this is Indra who's dressed as a sannyasi and he's not a sannyasi? Did he know that? Was he aware of it?
Yes, because Atri told him that he's tricking the Indra.
Exactly. Yes. So the son of King Prithu was very well aware that this is not a sannyasi. He is only dressed like that. This is actually King Indra, but still he was respecting the dress that he was wearing. No, the son of King Prithu was respecting the dress that he was wearing, and therefore he did not release the arrows. When Atri Muni saw that the son of King Prithu did not kill Indra but returned deceived by him, Atri Muni again instructed him to kill the heavenly king because he thought that Indra had become the lowliest of all demigods due to his impeding the execution of King Prithu's sacrifice. So Atri Muni told King Prithu's son that no, you must kill Indra because he has become the lowliest of all demigods, because he has stolen that horse, because he is interrupting the sacrifice of King Prithu. Thus being informed, the grandson of King Vena immediately began to follow Indra, who was fleeing through the sky in great haste. He was very angry with him, but he chased him just as the king of vultures chased Ravana. So now who is chasing whom? Let's see who's following the story. Who's chasing whom?
Grandson of King Vena, he's chasing the
So who's the grandson
Indra,
of King Vena? The son of
son of
Prthu,
Prthu,
Prithu, isn't it? And he's chasing whom?
Lord
Indra.
Indra.
Lord Indra. And this is being compared to whom? The chasing of whom by whom in this verse?
He's compared to the vulture chasing the Ravana.
So who was this vulture who was chasing Ravana? The king of vultures who chased Ravana.
Jatayu.
Jatayu.
Yes, very nice. Okay, let's continue. When Indra saw that the son of Prithu was chasing him, he immediately abandoned his false dress and left the horse. Indeed, he disappeared from that very spot, and the great hero, the son of Maharaj Prithu, returned the horse to his father's sacrificial arena. So, the son of King Prithu has been successful in bringing the horse back. And what has Indra done? He has abandoned his false dress and he has left the place. My dear Lord Vidura, when the great sages observed the wonderful prowess of the son of King Prithu, they all agreed to give him the name Vijitashva. Vijitashva means? Vijita means?
Winner.
Yeah. And Ashwa means?
Winner of the horse.
Yes. Ashwa means horse. So Vijitashva means one who has brought the winner of the horse, the one who has brought the horse back, the one who has been victorious in bringing the horse back. Okay. My dear Vidura, Indra, being the king of heaven and very powerful, immediately brought a dense darkness upon the sacrificial arena. Covering the whole scene in this way, he again took away the horse, which was chained with golden shackles near the wooden instrument where the animals were sacrificed. So now what has Indra done? He has again taken the horse away. The great sage Atri again pointed out to the son of King Prthu that Indra was fleeing through the sky. The great hero, the son of Prthu, chased him again. But when he saw that Indra was carrying in his hand a staff with a skull at the top and was wearing the dress of a sannyasi, he still chose not to kill him. So again, the same thing is being repeated. And again, the son of King Prthu chose not to kill Indra because of the same reason. When the great sage Atri again gave directions, the son of King Prthu became very angry and placed an arrow on his bow. Upon seeing this, King Indra immediately abandoned the false dress of a sannyasi and giving up the horse, made himself invisible. Then the great hero Vijitashva, the son of King Prthu, again took the horse and returned to his father's sacrificial arena. Since that time, certain men with poor fund of knowledge have adopted the dress of a false sannyasi. It was King Indra who introduced this. So he was the one who introduced this system of adopting the dress of a false sannyasi to cheat, to cheat. Whatever different forms Indra assumed as a mendicant because of his desire to seize the horse were symbols of atheistic philosophy. In this way, Lord Indra, in order to steal the horse from King Prithu's sacrifice, adopted several orders of sannyas. Some sannyasis go naked and sometimes they wear red garments and pass under the name Kapalika. These are simply symbolic representations of their sinful activities. These so-called sannyasis are very much appreciated by sinful men because they are all godless atheists and very expert in putting forward arguments and reasons to support their case. We must know, however, that they are only passing as adherents of religion and are not so in fact. So they appear as though they're religious, but they are not religious. No. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religious and being attracted to them, they spoil their life. So this is why it's very, very important that when we accept a guru, when we take shiksha, when we take advice from our superiors, we should make sure that they are all bona fide people. All are bona fide people. We should not fall in the trap of bogus people. Otherwise, we will be confused and we will spoil our life. Maharaj Prithu, who was celebrated as very powerful, immediately took up his bow and arrows and prepared to kill Indra himself because Indra had introduced such irregular sannyas orders. So now who is ready to kill him?
Maharaj Prithu.
Maharaj Prithu himself. No, Maharaj Prithu himself. You can see here. Oh, no, we don't have that here. Oh, where was that photo? Here. See here, you can see. Lord Indra is here. He's taking the horse away. He's dressed in orange. He's dressed in saffron. No, and he has this staff here with that skull with some renunciants they carry. And here you have Maharaj Prithu with his bow and arrow. You can see this picture here. Let's come back to our database. Okay, now, so why does Maharaj Prithu want to kill Indra himself?
Because he was taking the horse again.
Because he's taking his horse?
Yes.
Anybody else wants to try?
Because he had introduced such irregular sannyas order.
Yes, that is the problem that Maharaj Prithu has with Lord Indra. Maharaj Prithu is not so upset that he's taking his horse. He's not so upset because he has interrupted his 100th horse sacrifices after he successfully completed 99. No, his problem, Maharaj Prithu's problem is that Indra is introducing such irregular sannyas orders. This is the reason why Maharaj Prthu wants to kill him. Because this is a very, very dangerous situation. See, it is a duty of the king, of the leader, to protect the society and to protect dharma in the society. And what Lord Indra is doing here is he is introducing a dharma in the society. No, he is introducing the system of cheating by dressing up in a way that he is not actually is. And because King Prithu is the king, it is his responsibility to stop all these kind of irreligious activities in the kingdom. And this is the reason why he wants to kill him. He is not wanting to kill him because he's taking his horse or because he's interrupting his 100th yagya. No. When the priest and all the others saw Maharaj Prithu very angry and prepared to kill Indra, they requested him, "O great soul, do not kill him, for only sacrificial animals can be killed in a sacrifice. Such are the directions given by the Shastra." So here the other great sages are advising Maharaj Prithu that you cannot kill him because in a yagya only the animals are sacrificed. No, only the animals are sacrificed. Now one may again say, okay, then if yagyas are done, animals are sacrificed, why cannot we kill animals? So we should understand that in the previous ages, when the cows or the horses were sacrificed, were killed and offered in the yagya, the Brahmins, they would chant mantras and bring the animal back to life. They could bring the animal back to life. So the animal would also benefit. Why? Because the animal was used in the service of the Lord. So the animal is getting benefited. And the animal is getting a brand new, fresh, youthful body. No, so this animal is getting a brand new, fresh, youthful body when the Brahmanas would chant the mantras and bring the animals back to life. But now in Kali Yuga, we do not have such powerful Brahmanas. We do not have Brahmanas who can chant mantras and bring the dead animal back to life. So therefore, in Kali Yuga, any kind of animal killing is completely prohibited. Completely prohibited. It's not allowed at all because in Kali Yuga, we don't have such powerful Brahmanas that we had in the previous ages. Okay. So here, the sages are advising Maharaj Prithu, don't kill Indra because here in this, only animals can be killed in this sacrifice. So if you do that, then it is against the Shastra. So Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, anything that is against Shastra is sinful. No? So they are saying, don't engage in this kind of a sinful activity. Dear King, Indra's powers are already reduced due to his attempt to impede the execution of your sacrifice. See, when we commit sinful activities, then the powers are automatically reduced. No, purity is the force. Srila Prabhupada said, purity is the force. So if we can keep ourselves pure and we can keep ourselves free from sinful activities, then we will be empowered. No, then we will be empowered by the Lord to do even impossible activities. So King Indra, dear King, Indra's powers are already reduced due to his attempt to impede the execution of your sacrifice. We shall call him by Vedic mantras, which were never used before, and certainly he will come. Thus, by the power of our mantras, we shall cast him into the fire because he is your enemy. So the sages are saying, you don't do it. We will do it by the power of our mantras. So the sages are also going to kill Indra. My dear Vidura, after giving the king this advice, the priests who had been engaged in performing the sacrifice called for Indra, the king of heaven, in a mood of great anger. When they were just ready to put the oblation in the fire, Lord Brahma appeared on the scene and forbade them to start the sacrifice. So now who has come?
Lord Brahma.
Lord Brahma has come, and what does he want to do? Is he going to support that Indra is going to be killed and Prithu is going to complete his 100th?
No, he opposes.
No. So he's saying because he's going to forbade them to start the sacrifice. Now, why is that? Let's see. Lord Brahma addressed them thus: My dear sacrificial performers, you cannot kill Indra, the king of heaven. It is not your duty. You should know that Indra is as good as the supreme personality of Godhead. Indeed, he is one of the most powerful assistants of the personality of Godhead. You are trying to satisfy all the demigods by the performance of this yajna, but you should know that all these demigods are but parts and parcels of Indra, the king of heaven. How then can you kill him in this great sacrifice? So remember, Lord Indra is the king of heaven. And king of heaven means he is the king of Swarga Loka, where all the devatas are residing. No, all the demigods reside in Swarga Loka. And Indra is the king of Swarga. He is the king of heaven. So Brahma is saying, how can you kill him? Because you are trying to please the devatas by this yajna. And Indra is the king of devatas. So how can you kill him? In order to make trouble and impede the performance of King Prithu's great sacrifice, King Indra has adopted some means that in the future will destroy the clear path of religious life. I draw your attention to this fact. If you oppose him any further, he will further misuse his power and introduce many other irreligious systems. So, Lord Brahma is saying that you will not be able to kill Indra. And in fact, if you oppose him any further, then he will create even more irreligious systems, because already he has created one irreligious system of adorning a dress of a renunciant when he is not one. And after this, he will be even more angry if you oppose him any further, and he will introduce more adharma, more religious systems. So this is what Lord Brahma is saying. No, this is the reason why he doesn't want them to proceed with their plan. Let there be only 99 sacrificial performances for Maharaj Prithu. Lord Brahma concluded. So this is how Lord Brahma is solving the tense situation. He's saying, let it be, just stop at 99. It does not matter. It does not matter. So let there be only 99 sacrificial performances for Maharaj Prithu, Lord Brahma concluded. Lord Brahma then turned towards Maharaj Prithu and informed him that since he was thoroughly aware of the path of liberation, what is the use in performing these sacrifices? Because this is karma kanda, karma kanda. So this is not going to impede Maharaj Prithu from going back home, back to Godhead, no? Because Maharaj Prithu is a devotee, and he is not depending on that only if I finish the 100 horse sacrifices, I can go back to the spiritual world. No, that's not what is required. So Lord Brahma is reminding him that, see, he's informing that what is the use in performing more sacrifices? Lord Brahma continued, let there be good fortune to both of you, for you and King Indra are both part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you should not be angry with King Indra, who is non-different from you. So how come Prithu is not different from Indra? Because?
They are both are king. He's the king of heaven and he's the king of earth.
Okay, very nice. Any more answers?
And both are the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Exactly. This is what Lord Brahma is saying. Now, both of you are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is not different from you. Lord Brahma is saying. See, this is something that we also need to apply in our lives. No, we come across so many people, and there may be people we don't like, we may not get along, but we must always be respectful to everyone, because the Paramatma that is residing in our heart is the same Paramatma that is residing in their hearts. So even though we may not be able to get along with someone, we must always be respectful, not turn our face away when we see someone, because the Paramatma is residing in the heart of every living entity. We are all parts and parcels of Krishna. So at least for the sake that the Paramatma is residing in the heart of that person, we should be respectful. If you don't get along, then don't get intimate with that person, but always maintain social etiquettes. No, you can greet them, and you can speak to them. Okay, Hare Krishna, how are you, Prabhu? Thank you very much. And you can stop at that. Don't get intimate with that person, but don't disrespect a person, because you when you respect a person, you are not respecting the person, you are respecting the Paramatma that is residing in the heart of that person. So we must be respectful to all living entities, not only human beings, but all the living entities, because Paramatma is residing in the heart of all the living entities. My dear king, do not be agitated and anxious because your sacrifices have not been properly executed due to providential impediments. Kindly take my words with great respect. You should always remember that if something happens by providential arrangement, we should not be sorry. The more we try to rectify such reversals, the more we enter into the darkest region of materialistic thought. So, Lord Brahma is telling him that there is something that's happened by providential arrangement. No, you did, because Maharaj Prthu did his best to perform 100 horse sacrifices, but it doesn't seem to happen despite his best efforts. So one must understand that this is the will of the Lord. This is the will of the Lord. So we should not try to rectify such reversals. So in our life also, we may try to do many things, but it's not happening. It may not happen. It's because the Lord is not sanctioning it despite our best efforts. So therefore we should not try to rectify such reversals. We should just take it as an arrangement. Okay, this is the Lord's arrangement. This is what Krishna wants for me, so let it be that way. Don't try to rectify that situation, but of course we should do our best. That doesn't say that doesn't mean that we take it as an excuse and we become lazy. No, we have to do our best. And if Krishna sanctions it, fine. If he does not sanction it, also fine. Lord Brahma continued, stop the performance of these sacrifices, for they have induced Indra to introduce so many irreligious aspects. You should know very well that even amongst the demigods, there are unwanted desires. So even amongst the devatas, there are material desires. See, devatas are not 100% pure devotees, because if they were 100% pure devotees, they would be in the spiritual world. But because they are in the material world, in Swargaloka also is still the material world. Because they are in the material world, still they have some material desires. So they become pure devotees. They undergo purification. As they are in the demigod body, they undergo purification, and then they can be given an upgrade. Just see how Indra, the king of heaven, was creating a disturbance in the midst of sacrifice by stealing the sacrificial horse. These attractive sinful activities he has introduced will be carried out by the people in general. Remember, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, whatever actions a great man does, the common people will follow. No, this was something that Krishna told Arjuna when Arjuna wanted to leave the battlefield. No, one of the reasons Krishna gave to Arjuna that he should fight was this: that whatever great people do, the common man will follow. So same thing here, Lord Brahma is saying. O King of Prthu, O King Prthu, son of Vena, you are the part and parcel expansion of Lord Vishnu. Due to the mischievous activities of King Vena, the religious principles were almost lost. At that opportune moment, you descended as the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Indeed, for the protection of religious principles, you have appeared from the body of King Vena. O protector of the people in general, please consider the purpose of your being incarnated by Lord Vishnu. The irreligious principles created by Indra are but mothers of so many unwanted religions. So mothers of so many unwanted religions, because everything has come from Indra. Indra has started this now. So that's why. Please therefore stop these imitations immediately. The great sage Maitreya continued, when King Prithu was thus advised by the supreme teacher, Lord Brahma, he abandoned his eagerness to perform yagyas and with great affection concluded a peace with Lord Indra. So how has King Prithu reacted to Brahma's proposal? Is Prithu Maharaj opposing? Is he saying that, oh, but I did 99, how can you tell me to abandon it now? How does
No,
Prithu
he
feel?
no, he said it. He then showed the affection and concluded a peace with King Indra.
Exactly, no. So King Prithu is very, very peaceful. He is accepting the advice of Lord Brahma. He's not opposing Lord Brahma. He's not saying, but if, he's not saying anything. The only thing he's ready for is, okay, I am accepting your advice. No. So he abandoned his eagerness to perform the yagyas, and with great affection, he has concluded a peace with Lord Indra. If this was to happen in the material world, what do you think would have happened here with materialistic people? Would anybody accept it? Imagine doing 99 and you're on the 100th. And there also you are almost going to, he could have killed Lord Indra, but still King Prithu accepted the advice of Lord Brahma. So this is how a devotee accepts when his superiors, when his seniors give an instruction. After this, Prithu Maharaj took his bath, which is customarily taken after the performance of a yajna, and received the benedictions and due blessings of the demigods, who were very pleased by his glorious activities. With great respect, the original king Prithu offered all kinds of rewards to the brahmanas present at the sacrifice. Since all these brahmanas were very much satisfied, they gave their heartfelt blessings to the king. So Prithu Maharaj is being blessed by the kings and all the demigods, all the devatas, because they are very much pleased by Prithu Maharaj. Is Lord Indra getting any of these blessings? Yes or no?
No.
No. So last verse, all the great sages and brahmanas said, O mighty king, by your invitation, all classes of living entities have attended this assembly. They have come from Pitraloka and the heavenly planets, and the great sages as well as common men have attended this meeting. Now all of them are very much satisfied by your dealings and your charity towards them. So they are all very, very satisfied. So this is the chapter titled King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifice. So we can see how Prithu's 99 is greater than Indra's 100. If you go to the next chapter, which we will not read now because of time constraints, you can see here how later Lord Vishnu appears. He has personally appeared in that sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu, and he brings Indra along with him. No. So Lord Vishnu comes there, he brings Indra along with him, and then Indra asks for forgiveness from Prithu. And then Lord Vishnu blesses profusely, blesses Maharaj Prithu. And then towards the end, you can see, it's a very nice chapter, you should read it. And then Lord Vishnu tells Prithu, what is it that you want? You can ask for any benediction. So this is the blessing that Maharaj Prithu is asking for. He says, now I wish to engage in the service of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and serve just like the goddess of fortune who carries a lotus flower in her hand, because his lordship, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the reservoir of all transcendental personality qualities. I am afraid that the goddess of fortune and I would quarrel because both of us would be attentively engaged in the same service. So what Prithu Maharaj is asking for, no, Lord Vishnu has personally appeared there. He has come with Indra. Indra has asked for forgiveness, and Lord Vishnu tells him that, okay, you can ask for a blessing. And he says, I just want to serve. I want to engage in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. This is the blessing, this is the benediction that he wants. Because actually, this is the greatest blessing. There can be nothing better, no activity can be better than serving the lotus feet of the Lord. And this is the blessing that he asks for. You can read this, is a very, very nice chapter. At your convenience, you can read it. So here, let me come back. I have a photo here. See here, you can see here Indra is asking for forgiveness from Prithu Maharaj. Can you see? And you can see all these devatas are here. Lord Brahma, you can see Lord Brahma, you can see Lord Shiva, you can see the 4 Kumaras. How can you identify that this is King Indra? What is the distinguishing mark?
The eyes all over his body.
Yes, his body is completely covered with eyes, no, because of a curse. Now, what is that curse? That is homework for you. Okay. So here, his body is completely covered with eyes. So you know that this is King Indra. Okay. So what do you think? Is Prithu's 99 better than Indra's 100? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what makes Prithu's 99 greater than Indra's 100? Can you talk about some of the qualities that King Prithu showed in this pastime that makes his 99 greater than Indra's 100?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. He was willing to forgive Indra. Very nice. That's a quality of a Vaishnava. No, a Vaishnava always forgives. He doesn't take offenses. Very nice. What else?
Obey your spiritual master.
Exactly. He was ready to obey without any questions asked. No, he was ready to obey what Lord Brahma said. He just took his instruction as it is. Very nice. So he is humble and submissive. No, he is submissive to his superiors. Yes, very nice. What else? What other qualities of Maharaj Prthu we can see in this pastime?
A perfect devotee.
He's a perfect devotee. Why? Because he is concerned with he's not concerned about his own achievements, no, but he just wants to please the Lord.
Lord.
And this is what a devotee does. For a devotee, the only thing that matters is the Lord pleased or no. Nothing else matters for a devotee. Very nice. What else?
He's against adharma.
He is against adharma. Yes, he wanted to kill Indra not because he stole his horse, but because Indra was spreading adharma. Yes, very nice. And he is also an ideal. Who doesn't want to spread adharma in his kingdom? The
Kshatriya.
Kshatriya, the leader, no, the king. So as a leader, he wants to make sure that he does his duties of a Kshatriya to perfection, his duties as a king to perfection. So he's a good devotee and he's also a good king, a good leader. So any leader, now we don't have kings, we have politicians, the leaders, the prime ministers, the presidents. So it's very, very important that they are spiritual people. If they are spiritually inclined, then they will be able to rule the kingdom nicely. But if they are not spiritually inclined, then it the people under them also they suffer. There will be widespread adharma, irreligion in the society. Okay, what else? What are the qualities of King Prthu? Compared to Indra, Indra was envious. Was Prthu envious?
No.
Yeah, but Indra was envious of King Prthu, isn't it? But Prthu was not envious that no, but he did 100. I also want to do 100. That was not Prithu's thinking. Okay, let's see what we have here on the list. Maharaj Prithu was completely detached. So how do you say that he was detached? How can we say that he's detached? Was he attached to him getting name, fame, opulence? Because if he had done the 100th horse sacrifice, then he would be very, very, very famous. But he was not concerned for his own opulence, his own fame. You know, he was detached. Okay, if I don't have to do my 100, then so be it. So he was detached. He was also a responsible king. No, this is the reason why he, as we already discussed, no, he didn't want irreligion to be spread. So he was responsible. He took the responsibility of a good leader. Submissive. He was very, very submissive to the words of his superior, to the words of Lord Brahma. He was very, very flexible. It's not that he was adamant and stubborn that no, I have to do my 100th horse sacrifice. He was flexible. He was willing to change his plans even after he did 99 of those yagyas. He is dependent on God. He is completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. He is forgiving, we already discussed, and he is a man of supreme character. Supreme character. Blessings and mercy from Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu. So he got the mercy and the blessings of Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu. But not Indra, not Indra. So this is why his 99 is greater than Indra's 100. So one's glory, we must always remember this, one's glory depends not on the size of one's accomplishments, but on the quality of one's consciousness and character. So one may be materially accomplished, whether it's wealth or beauty or material education, anything. But one's glory does not depend on the size of your accomplishment, but on the quality of one's consciousness and character. What kind of a character are you? And what is your consciousness? How pure is your consciousness? So one's glory depends on that. This is what we learn. This is not an exact quote from Srila Prabhupada, but this is what we learn from his purports in this particular chapter. See, now let's discuss responsibility versus attachment. So we say that Prthu Maharaj was responsible, and we also understand that he was detached. So sometimes we may be confused. If we take the responsibility, then we should also be attached to our mission. And if one is detached, then it doesn't mean that we don't take the responsibility of the things that we have to do, because Prthu Maharaj was detached, but still he took the responsibility. So let's read this. It's natural to be attached to our accomplishments, desires, and plans, but attachment shouldn't make us irresponsible. And detachment doesn't mean giving up responsibility. Responsibility shouldn't lead to undue attachment, and detachment doesn't mean irresponsibility. So, Prthu Maharaj was one who perfectly balanced the two things. Then submissiveness versus stubbornness. Stubborn people cannot be convinced by logic or reason or good advice. If asked to compromise, they might become more stubborn. On the other hand, submissive people follow a good advice, such as from experienced superiors, even when it is difficult to follow. People who are submissive to worthy superiors are often bestowed the necessary intelligence and information to comprehend things from a broader perspective. Stubborn people who block their ears to good advice are deprived of a better understanding of life. So, therefore, when one is submissive, then one receives the blessings, one receives more intelligence and more information from the superiors. But if one is stubborn, that means you just don't want to hear anything from anybody. So, how will your intelligence grow? How will you get a better understanding? So, submissiveness versus stubbornness. Dependence on God versus insecurity. We should do our duties with all good intentions and fight to overcome any obstacles to the best of our capacity. Man proposes and God disposes. But we also need to understand that everything is not in our control, and we need to leave room for the unexpected. When things are ordained by higher powers, we need to learn to submit to the situation and welcome the will of God. Such dependence on God's will make us peaceful in any situation. So this also we discussed when we were reading the translations. Envy. Envy of others is actually self-envy. One's envy intended to destroy others ultimately destroys oneself. In an immature mind, envy manifests when one sees another's success. If not eliminated in the beginning, envy turns into action, damaging oneself and others. Actually, envy is an indirect appreciation of others. Why not glorify others directly? No. So when we are envious of others, then we are destroying ourselves. It's not affecting somebody else. No. We are only destroying ourselves. That envy is burning us only. And that envy is actually what we are actually appreciating the other person. So why am I envious of somebody else? Because that person has something better than me and I appreciate that in that person. So actually envy is an indirect appreciation of the others. So instead of being envious, it's better to appreciate that directly than to appreciate it indirectly through being envy. So it's better to directly glorify others. That is a Vaishnava quality. A broad vision versus a quick solution. See, Brahma disapproved of Indra's action, but he didn't disown Indra. He didn't want to punish or dethrone Indra, but he wanted to act in such a way that Indra would come back to his senses. This is an example of Brahma's broad vision. A mature leader tries resolving conflicts without rejecting anyone. Excluding someone may be easy, but accommodating and uplifting someone requires expertise and a good heart. When conflicts arise between two people, the leader slash superior shouldn't necessarily think in terms of who was right and who was wrong, accepting one and rejecting the other. A superior needs to determine how to positively motivate both leaders, considering what best serves everyone's welfare. So this is also very, very commendable how Lord Brahma brought about a solution to this problem there. He didn't reject or disown Indra. He didn't say that what you're doing is wrong and just go away or you should be punished. No, the way he resolved the situation, no, you can see how Indra actually asked for forgiveness from King Prthu. So he has corrected Indra without offending so that the situation does not escalate any further. So this is the way Lord Brahma has resolved the situation. This is how a leader should resolve conflicts in with intelligence, Then character versus, oh, what's this? Versus realization. Prithu's flexibility in conflict, submissiveness to superiors, detachment from ambition, responsibility towards his citizens, forgiveness of a wrongdoer, dependence on God's will, acceptance of good advice, willingness to compromise, blessings from Brahma, mercy from Lord Vishnu, and the pure devotion in his heart, all together are millions of times greater than 100 horse sacrifices. One's glory depends not on the size of one's accomplishments, but on the quality of one's consciousness and character. Okay, so with this, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we come to the end of today's presentation. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Do we have any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
My question is like, Prthu Maharaj, they go take birth from Venus body, na? Even though he is very not a good person, why they get body from his bone?
Because they wanted his son
Mhm.
to be the next king. So they churned his body, but it was done by the sages with prayers, potent prayers, so that this personality that comes out is a devotee. So the sages have that ability to chant mantras, and they wanted King Vena's son only, So they churned his body and they got the son out of his body, but by the chanting of mantras, they made sure that he's not evil.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Jai Mataji. Mataji, I just
Jai.
want to clear this point. I'm sorry I entered late because on the message in Zoom, it said that Chile time would be 11, which means
Yes.
Peru time is 10, right?
Yes, I think so.
So, I mean, the session has finished.
Now we are ending the session because
how
here
come-
it's now 12:10.
It's 12, but it's 10 over here. So I think you're like 2 hours ahead.
Oh, has a
Have you
time
changed
changed?
it? Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, probably there is a time change. But here it's 12:10 right now. So you are 2 hours behind us.
But first it was just 1 hour behind, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you all have
Chile
changed
clock has
that.
not changed recently. Has the Peru clock changed?
No, not at all. We don't change timings.
Y'all don't change timings.
No, because right now it's 10 o'clock over here.
So I don't know what the confusion was, but yes, for you to know now, we are 2 hours ahead of you.
Okay. I'm
So
sorry.
Chile
about
clock
that.
changes in the summer and in the winter. Twice a year we change.
Okay, y'all change timing. So maybe y'all have changed now.
No, recently
And-
we have not had a time change.
Because the last session that I entered was just 1 hour, time
Last week?
difference.
When did you enter? Last week?
Yeah, yes, I did.
No, last week we had the same time. We've not changed time now.
I don't know where's
But
the
anyway,
confusion.
something happened. So,
Right,
but now
right,
you know
right.
that you're 2 hours behind us.
Okay. In fact, or maybe, and I'll contact you privately.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, as you
thank
wish.
you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Anything else?
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we know what kind of punishment Indra gets when he did that? What did they do to him?
See, when somebody is punished, what is the goal behind the punishment is to reform the person,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But Indra was reformed without being punished. So what is the need what is the need for any punishment? Because he's already reformed by the intelligence of Lord Brahma.
But then he learned. How did he learn then? What he did is not right.
He realized his fault when he saw the greatness of King Prthu, because King Prthu agreed to what Brahma said, right?
Oh.
If you read that chapter, the following chapter, you will see how Lord Vishnu comes there on the scene personally, and Lord Indra is with him, and he asks for forgiveness, and he realizes his mistake. So normally when you punish someone, even when a mother punishes a child, is so that the child is reformed. But here Indra was reformed without having to receive any punishment by the intelligent solution that Lord Brahma brought about.
Okay, they don't need a punishment like us. Okay.
No, they need sometimes.
Okay.
So sometimes they are punished. But in this case, the reformation took place without any punishment. So there was no need for the punishment.
And also, I have a question. In olden days, kings called Kshatriyas, right? And nowadays it's a politician. Oh my God, I forgot my question.
Okay.
Why? Okay. I will come back. Let me think.
Okay. Anybody else? So there are no more questions. Aja, we're waiting. Okay. Yes, Beena Dalla.
Mataji, this today's session is all grabado, right?
Yes, I have the recording. I will share it in the group.
Okay, that will be fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Aja, did you remember your question?
No, I forgot. I had to recollect. Maybe I will send you on your WhatsApp. Is that okay?
Okay, yes.
It's something related to how we relate today's politician and old king. That's what it is. And I completely forgot.
Okay, you think about it, and when you remember, you can send me a WhatsApp.
Thanks.
All right then. So see you all next week if Krishna so sanctions. Till then, have a nice week in Krishna consciousness. Vancha kalpataruvhyascha kripa sindhu vyayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.